Welcome to Inverness in the Spotlight. My name is Doug Lobel, and I'm Executive Director of the Inverness Old Town Association. And we have a very interesting couple with us today. We have Inga and Frank Bonamo, and they have been selected to go on something very, very special for our World War II veterans. And you all would be going to Washington, D.C. to see the World War II monument that was built in 2004, which you haven't seen. You haven't been there, but I understand you were in Washington originally.
Yes, we were.
When was that?
1944 or 1945.
Anything special happened in 1944 or 45?
Well, we got married.
We got
You
married.
got married.
Yeah, that's
And both of you were in the Army Air Corps. You were in the WACS, the
Yes.
Women's Air Corps. And you were in the, what did you do in the?
Army Air Corps. We're in a ground crew.
Ground
we opened up basically getting air bases ready for the flights coming in. Yeah.
Great. And when did you find out about Honor Flight? How did you find out?
I saw it in the paper, and I had talked to somebody, and I think I talked to Barbara. I was just curious to what it was all about because I hadn't heard about it before. And the next thing I know is Barbara's asking me about us, and she says, I'm going to have some information for you and send you an application. I said, well, that's fine. And I got my application, I filled it out, and then I said, wait a minute, my wife was in the service too.
Hey.
So I said, so I called Barbara again. She said, oh, she's got to go too. So the next thing you know, the both of us are scheduled to go on the 27th. And
that'll be quite a treat because
it is.
Barbara and I happen to be involved in the Honor Flight as well. We're raising the money and helping to organize it. And typically, the husband and wife don't get to go together because typically, if a male member goes, the spouse is not allowed. We send along with them some caregiver, but the spouse isn't allowed to go because they're supposed to take care of 2 or 3 people. Yeah. And if the spouse goes, they really concentrate on their husband. Yeah. But with both of you being in the service, both of you get to go. That's a rare treat.
Well, next month we're married 66 years, so I have to go with it.
Wow, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I went to the Ocala flight when it came in June.
Yeah.
And that was my first hands-on experience, and it was phenomenal. Thousands of people out there on the tarmac when that plane came in, and just to talk to the people who had served during the World War II. My dad was a veteran of World War II. He was a Bronze Star winner. He's been in Germany.
Well, when we just last Saturday we went to the physical, the two of us, and boy, do they treat you fantastic.
Well, you're special people.
Yeah.
You don't feel that way.
No.
No, and I have found that. I interviewed 17 folks to go on one of our flights, and I can tell you none of them felt like they were heroes or had done anything great, but we wouldn't be sitting in this studio enjoying the freedom we are today if it hadn't been for what the greatest generation did.
Well, I think the people that didn't come back, I came back, but those that didn't come back are the ones we should remember.
Well, but for those that didn't come back, that is true. They were the ones that really gave it all. But just the fact that you give up your life and you go to a foreign country and fight a battle like that. I mean, you're all putting yourselves at risk. I was in Vietnam. Yeah. I understand what it is to take off and
I think you
fly for 10 hours and frankly, you never think about that you might not come back. Yeah, but frankly, we got shot at and.
Oh yeah. But it's like everything else. When you're young, I was 20 years old when I enlisted.
You're invincible.
You don't think about those things. You say, heck, they sent me where I had to go. Or they took me and they say, you go here, and we went. But you never thought about anything. The only reason when I felt bad is one of my best friends was killed, and I kind of felt bad about that.
And I lost some close friends over in Vietnam that were not in the Air Force; they were in the Army. And
I wrote a poem, believe it or not, about it. But it was the minister's son, and he was a paratrooper. But these things happen.
Yeah, and it's you're going October the 27th.
Right.
You have to be over at the airfield about 6 a.m.
They tell me.
Yeah, it's an early morning. It's
me.
about an hour drive, and you're going to spend a few extra minutes. So, but there'll be like 17 folks, 17 Citrus County World War II veterans on that flight.
I think we're the only married couple on the flight.
From my understanding, that's
Yes,
true. And Barbara and myself and Pastor Doug Alexander from the Church Without Walls,
Oh, right.
Commissioner Wynn Webb,
Yeah.
and Mayor Bob Playstead from Inverness were on the steering committee. Mike Giedis, who's a councilman over in,
Yeah.
we're the steering committee, and we're raising, it's $400 to $500 per veteran.
Yeah.
And so we have to raise $10,000 to cover the commitment for the plane to go. But it's cost $75,000 to send one of these planes.
What kind of aircraft are we going on?
I don't know the particulars. It's probably, typically it is an aircraft that the airlines, and we lease them, charter them from the airlines, and what they have available for us is what we get. But they're planes that they fly typically every day. So
what's the oldest? I'm 89, and what's the oldest vet that you've had? Do you know?
we have one 94.
94.
That
really?
is going out October 29th. We also send them out to Clearwater, St. Pete,
Yes,
out of
I
West
understand.
Central Florida.
Yeah.
And we have a 94-year-old who
Really?
flew B-17s.
Yeah, I read about him.
Yeah, yeah, and he said everything went fine. He only had to ditch one plane in the ocean.
We, it's amazing some of the stories you hear and people you talk to, and I don't know, like my outfit, I don't think many are left. I don't know if any of them are left. I try to get in touch with a few, but haven't been successful.
Well, you know, it's unfortunate that, and that's why we're rushing to do this, is that unfortunately 1,000 of our World War II veterans are dying every day nationally.
Yeah. Well, we were married in Alexandria, Virginia.
Yeah, well, this is like going home.
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah, it is.
It's going to bring back some good.
Well, you know, you're very fortunate
memories.
from that standpoint that you all have the ability to sit and reminisce. And I got married later in life, and one of the girlfriends that I had in Dallas one time told me, she said, your problem is going to be that later in life you're not going to have anybody to sit down and talk about these days with. You know? So I said, hurry up and get married.
But you know, we all, everybody our age has problems, but there's no sense of complaining about it because it doesn't do any good.
That's correct.
And so I get up every morning and we do what we want and have fun and basically.
Well, we have one of the largest concentrations of veterans in the United States, right here in Suffolk County. If you would like to donate to help us send some more World War II veterans up to Washington, D.C., they're leaving on October 27th out of Ocala. We have another flight October the 29th going out of Clearwater, St. Petersburg. And if you'd like to donate, you can call me at 352-400-0540.
We've already donated.
Oh, well, that's very nice of you to do. We don't ask the veterans to pay anything.
In fact, I donated before I even realized we were going because I felt it was an organization of people. You're doing it all on your own.
Right.
And I understand Barbara. Boy, she's working.
Right. Unfortunately, we're out of time. It was fascinating having you on. We're going to have another segment. I think, Frank, you're going to be here with Barbara. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.